What's up, everybody? Welcome to what I like to call my re-reviews, or whatever you want to call it. It's your boy Reg here, and the album I'm going to re-review is Capone-N-Noreaga's first studio album, The War Report. This was dropped in 1997 on Penalty, which was on the Tommy Boy Records. Singles albums known for was Top of New York. Top of New York, that was a single. Um, okay, yeah. Okay, Illegal Life, Closer, Capone Bone, and I would also say, LA LA. Alright. So yeah, producers include Charlemagne, Easy LP, Nasheem Myrick, Carlos 6 July, Brody, Naughty Shorts, DJ Clark Kent, Tragedy Gaddafi, who pretty much put them on, like you guys should know, G Money, Buck Wild, Lord Finesse, and Marley Marl. Alright, and guest appearances include Imam Thug, Busta Rhymes, Tragedy Gaddafi, Havoc, Castro, Mussolini, Mendoza, Troy Outlaw, Mobb Deep, and NECA. Alright, so I reviewed this album a while back ago and shit like that. I remember reviewing this album a while back ago and shit, and I pretty much gave it like a good review. Love the album and stuff like that, but in recent years, I kind of have like a new appreciation for this album, as like one of the most, in my opinion, probably one of the most definitive albums, from like the whole Queensbridge hip hop and shit like that. Like, this should be like in the same breath as Hell on Earth and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So, this was just a very, very, very dope album. Love this album to death. So yeah, man. And the reason, like, so why certain albums I'm re-reviewing is the fact that I'm re-reviewing certain albums because due to the fact that I've been on this channel, I've been doing this thing for like a long time. Certain people request me to do albums that I either reviewed already, or I might look back at my reviews and some shit I might have gotten mistake and stuff like that, or it wasn't the way I flowed wasn't all good and shit like that. So I wanted to use my current knowledge, just to fix the wrongs, if that makes sense and shit. So yeah, you guys should know Capone-N-Noreaga pretty much formed in 1990. I want to say 1992. Um, I think they both, if I'm not mistaken, they both met at prison and shit. Which I'm gonna talk about that like throughout that whole album. Fast forward to '95. They got they appeared on the Source's unsigned hype column, which MCs such as Common, Nas, people like that. Uh, this is your favorite MC's favorite MC appeared on that unsigned hype. That's all I'm gonna say about that. And so, that's when they hooked up with Tragedy Gaddafi. Hey, because you guys should know Tragedy Gaddafi, back in them time, he was known, before he was known as Tragedy Gaddafi, he was known as, the Intelligent Hoodlum, which, he was like an affiliate to like the Juice Crew and shit like that, which, me and Steve, we reviewed his first album, his first subtitle album, I think years back and shit like that. Y'all should keep that, to be honest, and stuff. So, yeah, so around this time too, after the release of his 1993 album, I think it was called Saga for Hoodlum, I think he was sent to prison and shit, if I'm not mistaken, and then, he changed his name to Tragedy Gaddafi, and he pretty much, like, put these niggas on and shit, you know what I'm saying? And so, it's kind of crazy because, you guys should know that Capone, he actually was sent to prison. He was sent to prison during the making, before the album was finished. So Noriega and Trash basically let's finish the whole fucking project and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So just throwing that out there. Alright. And so yeah, man, this that's when this whole album came out and shit like that. Yeah, man, that's when the whole album came out. Um, yeah. Very dope album cover. I've always loved this album cover and shit like that. You know, just has, you know, fucking Capone-N-Noreaga just representing, look like they about to go war and shit like that. You know, fucking Tim's having this shit. Alright, so yeah, this is what you can get for your liner notes and stuff like that. Alright, so pretty much. Okay, so this album has 20 songs. Y'all should know how I roll and do things right here. Track number one in the intro, which pretty much sets the whole fucking tone with the album and shit like that. I love that beat to that intro. Track number two, Bloody Money. That's like, in my opinion, I want to say that's like one of the most signature songs if you ask me. Um, Love that beat, that piano driven beat and shit. Noriega definitely went in on this track right here. Yeah, I definitely fuck with this track for the long run. This is Bloody Money. Track number three, Driver's Seat. Driver's Seat. This song features Imam Thug and Busta Rhymes. Which is actually one of my favorite songs off this whole project, but at the same time it pisses me off. Cause like for one, which is playing in the background, that beat alone is so fire. That ding 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 ding. I love that beat, but it features Busta Rhymes, but he doesn't really appear until the outro and stuff like that, where he's like, "Cut your hand off," and it always bugged me about that because this is the type of beat Busta would have definitely ripped on. Like this was the coming Busta. Like he was so fresh off the coming around this time, if I'm not mistaken, and shit like that. Because I want to say one of his Acid Strikes came out like mid to late '97, but I could be wrong on that. So yeah, Driver's Seat, definitely one of my favorite tracks off this whole fucking album and shit like that. Um, and yeah, fuck Iman Thug did his thing. Um, Nori just fucking killed it. I love the line where he said, "Get high and disappear, play the project on super low. Plus, you feeling my style, too hot like Coolio. Plus, her cootie though, banging just like a studio from Iraq to Inglewood, it all good." Like, I fucking love the way he said that. He said that fucking line and shit like that. Track number four, Stick You. This song features of Tragedy Gaddafi. Oh, this song is definitely one of my favorites off this whole album. One of the most underrated songs off this project. I love that little intro where it's like it tells the story about how Nori and his cats they cop some coke and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And pretty much like the quality is very bad. On the coke quality is like very bad and shit like that. And it was the second time that that shit happened, so pretty much he's just about to do what he gotta do, just stick the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Very dope track right there. Love that beat alone. Like this whole fucking album has some of the most coldest piano-driven beats in the history of hip hop. Excuse me. Like damn, like that's the whole fucking project. So yeah, like that fucking beat was just so sinister and stuff like that. And Naughty Shorts he actually produced that beat. So yeah, very dope track. Next track, Parole Violators. Oh, by the way, Tragedy, he also went in on that track because he had this one line when he had this one line when he said, the Coke Connect don't trust us. He wanna touch us, so-called Russ. Tell him scoop me in the Lexus. It's all good in the hood, nobody knows. Shh. Infrared off, dupe some old scope. Shh. Like I just fucking love that shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, next track, Parole Violators. Another dope fucking track right there. That features Tragedy Gaddafi and Havoc of Mob Deep fame. Yeah, very dope track. Havoc. No, no, actually not Havoc. Tragedy. He actually made that beat. So yeah, very cool track right there. Track number six, Iraq See the World. Um, yeah, this track right here, not really one of my favorites, but at the same time, not a bad track. This song features Castro, Mussolini, Mendoza, and Troy Outlaw. It's pretty much like a posse cut to say the least and shit like that. Queensbridge posse cut. For me, I want to say that Mussolini, he definitely went in on his verse and shit like that. Definitely that fucking drug rap shit, what I'm sick fucking saying. Track number 7, Live On, Live Long. This was a Capone-N-Noreaga, a Noriega solo track where he pretty much paid homage to Capone while he was in prison serving time. Believe it or not, this is actually the song that really made me want to check the album out and stuff like that. Just drew my attention with that, you know what I'm saying? Um, Very, very, very dope, vulnerable song and shit like that. I love the chords like CNN. Just like rep. It kind of reminds me of when 8 MC 8, Compton's Most Wanted fame. He dropped the Music to Drive By. He dropped the Music to Drive By album, and if I'm not mistaken, DJ Slip. He was in prison. I think he was in prison around that time too, and he was just representing. He was just representing the CMW name and shit the same way how Noriega represents the CNN name and shit. So I just kind of find like the correlation of that, but I don't want to talk about the Criminals One on this song, and that's no shade to them, but yeah. Track number 8, Never Die Alone. Woo! Again, this features Tragedy Gaddafi and shit like that, and it was produced by Buck Wild. And it actually is one of the few tracks on this album that has both, all three, Capone, Noriega, and Tragedy, just ripping shit, you know what I'm saying? And in my opinion, I'll have to say both, like, I have to say Capone definitely did his thing on this track. Capone definitely did his thing on this fucking track right here. And believe it or not, I'm not like the biggest Capone fan, believe it or not, because I just always felt like he was cool on the mic, but he wasn't like my favorite to say the least. But that's not throwing those shots at Capone and shit. So yeah, but anything's better than that solo debut he came out with. But that's another story for a different day. I love the line when he says, "Soft something so hot, what a feeling. Mo with the ice chillin', roll dice make a killin'. Wanna see twice a million. No love for I got civilian." Like, very dope track right there. I love that. Track number 9, Tony, T.O.N.Y, Top of New York. Very, 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 very great dope song. Featuring Tragedy Gaddafi. Um, Very cool song. It's kind of like one of those tracks where it's like a feel good kind of track, like you on top of the drug game and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, very fucking dope track. I love this track right here, and this was a very dope usage for a single and stuff like that too. Uh, Track number 10, Channel 10, featuring Tragedy Gaddafi. Yeah, this was again another very dope track. Definitely picks up. The best way to describe this track, in my opinion, it's like when you're watching like one of them old gangster movies or some shit like that, and you like in your nice little penthouse or whatever, look out in the window and shit like that, just watch the sunset. Like that fucking beat by Lord Finesse. That's got to be in my top 10 Lord Finesse beats. Like, ooh, that shit's fire. Love that fucking track and shit like that. Yeah, man. Noriega, he had the line where he said, "Fuck the world, the way the world code diss me. Pat, Haley Celeste, Pappy locked with Posse, call up Gaddafi, collect call from Arab Nazi, the foul Mahdi, like, just fucking going in on that fucking track. You know what I'm saying? Track number 11, Capone Phone Home Interlude, where it's just, Capone, calling, having a phone conversation with Capone while he's in serving his time and shit like that. Um, Track number 12, Thug Paradise. This was a very interesting song because the beat to this song, it definitely had like a bad boy. I want to say like a bad boy kind of feel to it, like and shit. And Noriega, he said that this was actually his least favorite song off this project and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I definitely wanted to point out there and shit like that. And on some later pressings, this song is actually in place of the interlude Stay Tuned. So just to throw that out there. Yeah, so yeah, that was like Thug Paradise because I guess because you know Noriega, he pretty much wanted the whole project. He pretty much like wanted like the whole project to be pretty much like dark and shit like that, where you just had Thug Paradise with that beat, just that like that bad boy-esque kind of flow, if that makes sense. Track number 13, Capone Bone. Yeah, this was produced by Marley Marl, and it's pretty much Capone, braggadocio, and shit like that. You know, just as a ladies kind of track and shit like that. Love the sample, the Roy Ayers, and the D'Angelo sample that was used and shit like that. Yeah, pretty dope track. Track number 14, Halfway Thugs. Very dope track right here. I've heard rumors. Don't quote me. I heard rumors that this song had some shots that they were aimed at Prodigy and shit like that, but I could be wrong on that. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, you shouldn't read up about Prodigy's issue with Capone-N-Noreaga in his autobiography and shit like that. Yeah, so yeah, that's Halfway Thugs. Very dope track right here. I love the line when Nari says, "Shit in lava, right on the armor, you blood karma. What Casagato, Nudo Cotro, like Nudo Cotro, imbalance scales of slaughter, Iraq discipline. Like I fucking love those fucking lines and shit. Um, Track number 15, LA. That features Mob Deep. That features Tragedy and Mob Deep. Yeah, this was pretty much. Excuse me, I'm sorry. This was pretty much like the alleged answer track to the Dog Pound's crushing the buildings down in the New York video and shit like that. Yeah, man, very cool track. Very cool track and shit like that. This kind of caught some controversy, you know, because this was around the time with the whole East Coast, West Coast beef and shit like that. Um, there's some controversy with this track because Prodigy's original verse for this song was used on Nas's Live Nigga rap song off It Was Written and shit like that. And so Noriega Noriega pretty much said that Prodigy had his label Loud Quest to take his verse down and shit like that. So yeah, that's kind of interesting, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's LA. Then we got Capone-N-Noreaga Live, which is pretty much you know like a little interlude and shit like that. Little interlude and shit, you know what I'm saying? They all did their thing on that. Then we got Illegal Life featuring Havoc, one of my favorite songs again off this project. Yeah, very cool track right here and stuff like that. Just Havoc. I wish they would have definitely done some more work together, but it is what it is. Then we got Black Gangsters, featuring Trash and shit like that. Um, yeah, this track right here was pretty straight. You know what I'm saying? Pretty straight. Um, pretty much, it was named after the book Black Gangster by Donald Goines and shit like that. So yeah, not one of my favorites, but it is what it is. Then we got Closer, which let me take my jacket off. It's a bit too hot in here. And then we got Closer, which it's like the Sam Snead remix and shit like that. Because that's like the remix everyone knows from this track. Very dope remix. The original version was cool too by Clark Kent, but I prefer the remix and shit. It's kind of ironic how you know Sam Snead being you know a death row producer, and you know LA being caught up in the whole East Coast West Coast beef and shit. But that's just another story for a different day. Y'all know what I'm talking about with that. So yeah, very dope track. And the last track is Capone Phone Home Outro, which is just like an outro phone and shit like that. And that's all the tracks off this album. Overall, this is a very classic album, like I mentioned. Must have in your collection for all my East Coast hip hop heads and stuff like that. Hip hop heads in general. Like this is a 5 mic classic, grimy and shit like that. In my opinion, like the reunion was cool. I love the reunion, but it was not touching this album right here, in my opinion. But yeah, I need to talk about the reunion one day. 'Cause I know a lot of people request me to do that. But all in all, this your boy Reg here. Peace.